What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Daniel Sports Ledger with Don Davis. And today we're going to talk about the Final Four. Well, actually, the Final Two now, the championship game. And we're going to talk a little women's basketball. Probably going to make it a little shorter today. Next week, we're going to talk more sports and get into more topics and things like that. But right now, really all that's on anybody's mind that anybody really cares about at the moment is this North Carolina and Kansas game. So we're just gonna make it short this week, and next week, we'll get into some varying events.
Shame on you. We had a ladies championship game last night, NCAA championship, and kudos to Coach Staley and South Carolina with their victory over Gino and his Connecticut team. Gino, he's won 11 championships. Definitely the best coach that there ever has been for the women's basketball. But I think he might start seeing just a little trend, a little turning of the tide. And we'll find out here in the upcoming years. But the South Carolina, this is their second championship. And Coach Staley's done a hell of a job. She's very disciplined. She always has a very good game plan. Just loves basketball, eats and sleeps it. And so I think you're going to see teams like South Carolina, North Carolina State, Tennessee's coming. I think you're going to have a lot of college teams now come up front and challenge Connecticut. They've had a great run. And again, kudos to Coach Staley and South Carolina. So go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, and another interesting thing. Yeah. I can't remember. It just came to my mind before just now, we didn't even talk about this before the show, but one of probably the top player in South Carolina, she actually grew up like an hour from UConn and still committed to South Carolina. So that's like super awesome recruiting by Don as well. So for South Carolina, Staley. So that's pretty cool too.
You know what? He always had.
She's getting a real name for herself as a coach.
Right. And, he's talking about Coach from Connecticut, he's always got the cream of the crop. He always had, and there's no reason why not. Just a guy that you'd love to play for. But as I just said before, as we started this show, that I think you're going to see a little tide. The trend is going to change a little bit. I think you're going to see colleges being able to recruit, very, very good players, just like Gino has been able to do. So I think, man, it's over the next years to come, we'll find out. I think that it's going to be very balanced, but we'll wait and see. So anyway, you want to talk about North Carolina and Kansas? So
yeah,
fire away, my friend.
Well, first of all, I'm so proud of my Tar Heels. I'm a huge North Carolina fan, always been my whole life. I've seen them win a lot of championships. I'm really excited about this Kansas team. Is phenomenal, though. Try to give our prediction at the end. We'll try not to spoil it, but if you look at the stats, they're almost right even with everything. 3-point percentage, they're literally 0.1 difference for the year. So they're like 53rd and 54th best 3-point shooting teams in the nation by like a tenth of a percentage. Now, I didn't look up how many they actually shoot, and that could matter. If one shoots 100 more, then that percentage is a big difference. But it all depends. But the rebounding, the free throw percentage, North Carolina does better. But the defense, I like Kansas. I like their big bodies. But North Carolina, man, they've done so well this year. They've been coached up tremendously.
Dan, you're right. I like North Carolina. I like Coach Davis. I think he's done a great job. I love the players that they have. Last week on this show, and I eat my words, and I must. I really didn't think that Kansas could beat Villanova. I thought it'd be a very good game. I thought it'd be a close game. I thought it'd be a game of defense. And guess what? I was wrong in all phases. All phases. Was the game close? No. Did Villanova play good defense? No. They got killed. So, I'll eat my words and say, you know what? Maybe Kansas deserves that number one seed, and you know what? We're going to find out tonight. I'm with you though. I'm with you that I kind of like North Carolina. I really
Yeah.
do, and I am a big North Carolina fan. But I'm going to tell you what. You're talking about. To me, this is a pick 'em. This is a pick 'em. I don't know what the point spread is right now, but um, they both played in two tough conferences. You know, two
Yeah.
tough. So you know, it's just going to be a tremendous game tonight, and I think everybody will come out and whether they're watching it at home or going to friends or whatever, it's just going to be a great game to watch. A great evening, a great Monday evening. So
Yeah, and yeah, it's 4.5 points or somewhere in there. I think it'll probably drop to 4 by game time just because there's more North Carolina fans that will bet the game.
in favor of North
Yeah,
Carolina.
in favor.
Well,
Yeah,
they're getting 4
Yeah.
points, I should say. Yeah.
the emotional bettors or the fans of the team will come out and bet on North Carolina. There's a lot more North Carolina fans than Kansas. But just around the world or whatever. Yeah, I mean I lost my train of thought for a second, but this game is going to. I'll tell you what. Okay, yeah. Going back to the Kansas Villanova game, I was wrong a little too because man, I thought that was going to be a barn burner. I mean, I thought it was going to come down to the last shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really thought Kansas was going to win that game. I bet Kansas on the money line; they were the underdog. Um, but man, I thought it was going to be closer, and I was so impressed that Kansas kind of took it over pretty early, not by like a lot of points, but just kept that 5 or 6 points, and then towards the end they just took over. Um, if they can do that to Villanova, that's to me that's scary because yeah, I mean I think that Villanova had a bigger type of advantage. North Carolina's built a little bit like Kansas, but I think they're just less talented. And so I guess
I like that. I think that's a good assumption. Like I said, you know, I watched Villanova play. I was so impressed by them. You know, great free throw shooting team. Played great defense, and I don't know what team showed up. I
yeah,
was like blown away. You know, they
yeah,
were down 10-0. They were right in the beginning. They were losing 10-0. I mean, and gradually, Villanova was not going to get in the game. Kansas is, and Kansas again, to my surprise, is a pretty darn athletic team. Meaning
yeah,
they can get up and down the court. I
yeah.
thought you could run on Kansas. Guess what?
You can't.
You can't. That's right. So yeah.
And yeah, and that was the thing we talked about. We talked about speed in that Villanova game, and it just didn't matter. But and Kansas is a hard team to come back on because um, their field goal percentage. That's one advantage they have over North Carolina. Is about 6% higher than North Carolina, but it's because they're always down low getting these little layups. And when a team can get layups, it's in college especially. It's so hard to come back on them because they're not shooting these low percentage shots and stuff like that, and going on these big droughts because you don't have that big drought if you're shooting up a layup. So that's one thing that's why Villanova really honestly could never, even with 3-point shooting or whatever, they could never come back because Kansas just kept getting these layups that just kept pushing them further
No,
ahead.
you're right. Yep. You got it right. So
But North Carolina can do that too. So I mean, it's going to be an interesting game. We'll see how the coaching is. I mean, I think the coaching is going to make a big difference, but overall, the talent, um,
you know it's going to come down to like it does like anything else
yeah,
is turnovers and foul trouble. And that's what
yeah.
you're going to look at. And
One
obviously,
free
free
throws.
throws, and we always talk about, but they're right there.
North
They're both
Carolina, North Carolina had a little bit of an advantage
Right.
in free throws.
right.
Yeah,
So,
but
but we're going to find out tonight.
yeah.
So, is there anything else you'd like to add, my friend?
No, I want to hear your prediction though.
You know, like I said, my belief is that I think that North Carolina is going to prevail. You know, and I could be wrong, but I still like North Carolina, and we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see.
So the over under is 150, 150 and a half. Between them they average about 156 on average. So who do you What do you think? Do you think it's gonna be high scoring, or do you think Kansas and their defense and North Carolina? Do you think they're that last game, that North Carolina Duke game went way under? I'm pretty sure. I mean, I didn't track it all the way to the end, but in the first half, it was like way under. So I'm pretty sure that game went under.
I think did I not bet that game? And I did. And I bet the over.
And you lost?
No, I won.
It did go over. Okay.
Yeah.
So the second half is sped up a lot. Then.
Yeah. So anyway, I like the over.
You like the over? Yeah.
I like the. They both are very good.
Yeah.
On offense, and they play okay defense, but I like the offense, and I'm going to take it over.
I think for North Carolina to have a shot in this game, it has to go over. Like, you know what I mean? Like if it's 74-65 or something, that's kind of what I think the score is going to be. I like Kansas to win. I like them to cover.
So
I kind of lean towards the under, but yeah, I mean,
so excuse me,
it pains my soul.
Who are you picking?
I'm picking Kansas.
Oh, you dog!
And it pains my soul. It pains my soul.
You've been talking about North Carolina for the last couple of days,
yeah.
And then you make a switch right here on this podcast.
Right here, yep. You know, sometimes you got to do it.
You just screwed North Carolina.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I screwed myself. Who knows? But you know, I'll be happy either way. But you know, I always tell people don't bet emotionally on your favorite team just because it's your team, or you want them to win, or you hope for everything in the world that they win. At the end of the day, you got to bet who you really think. And I just think those big bodies for Kansas, I think they're going to do what they did to Villanova. I think it'll be a little closer than that, but I still think I like Kansas by about 8 points.
Ooh,
like 74-65 or something.
Okay. Well, then
that's
I
9
guess
points.
We will have something to talk about next.
Yeah, for sure. So, hey, either way, I'll be happy though. I mean, I don't mind losing, you know, a little bit of money for North Carolina to win. You know,
that's true. Hey,
it won't bother me.
Well, I guess we'll kind of wrap this up.
Yeah,
and we'll talk about this game next week. And
yeah,
baseball starts, I think, on Thursday. I think you've got
baseball on Thursday. I'm very excited about that.
And I think that I'm trying to think when the NBA playoffs. I think it's maybe the end of next week. I'm not really sure if they've started. But we have many things to talk about. And you know, Dan, I thank your fans for tuning in. And we'll chat next week.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you. And hopefully, whichever one that you go with, hopefully you win some money today. And
unbelievable. Oh,
that
was Bill Self from Kansas.
Yeah, he's calling me. No, but all right, guys. Thank you guys, and as always, let's make some money. Let's have some fun doing it.
All right.